Y'all, it's Tyler from O.T.R.Outdoors. We're going to do a quick split wood fire with teepee and make some spruce tea up. So we're going to go grab some wood and then get some spruce after that and get it all started. I'm going to give y'all a quick update on the camp. I left, obviously left everything else set up. Now it did rain, not last night, but would have been Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. It rained pretty good. I came down here and checked it. All the leaves were nice and dry, except for one or two spots because this tarp is not super tight, because if you get it too tight, you run the risk of popping it. Also, like I was saying, this spot here had dipped down about like this and was full of water, pretty much the full, almost the full length of it. Great water collection setup if you want to use it that way. You'd want to drop that front end down a bit. But everything else, basically from here forward, where this was dipped down, was completely dry inside the shelter. So alright y'all, so I walked around the woods a little bit, didn't see anything worth harvesting that I wasn't 100% sure was dead. But I had this big piece of poplar that I harvested in a previous video when we built this shelter for my daughter. And I've got it sitting up here where it's sitting nice and dry. So we're going to take a piece of it and use it since it's here. Nice and dry. Let's get it split down and we'll get our tea going. We're also going to test out using the, I know I put it in the last video, but it was a little dark, so you couldn't see real well. And this is the, I just got this, I didn't use it a whole lot. I talked about it in the last video. It's the Columbia River knife and tool, the Chogan Trail Tea, their new Tomahawk. Not bad. It's the first couple times. I've only used it one other time other than this. So far I like it. Need to put a good edge on it. It didn't have a great edge from the factory. Really nice weight, really good length. It's got some good heft to it. I'm really liking it so far. But I'm not gonna talk about it a whole lot because like I said, I just got it, haven't used it a whole lot. So got our baton here. I had to switch over to my wool gloves. A little cool with the wind. So this is the Ontario knife, the Ontario bushcraft knife. Really liking it so far. Got it about the same time I got a Tomahawk. So far I'm liking it, but I hadn't done a whole lot with it. That knot kind of checked off there. Let's go at it from the other side. I wanted to show y'all what just happened. I literally have had this sheath on this Tomahawk for a week now. I've taken the sheath off of this thing about 5 times. And when I just took it off, I didn't even realize it, but take the whole thing out here for you. That snap right there completely came out. That looks like the leather actually tried to tear. So I will be contacting Columbia River Knife and Tool, and I had the Tomahawk. The Tomahawk came in before the sheath did, so I've had the Tomahawk about 2 weeks. But literally the sheath has sat in the house and has gone out on the overnighter 2 nights ago, sat in my pack the whole time. And other than that, it has sat in the house with my pack up until now. So, really love the Tomahawk so far. Sheath, I really liked the leather when I got it. It looked nice. But apparently, the brad and the snap was not so great. So, there's that. And they're really nice heavy duty buttons too, which I was really happy with, so we'll see what happens. Oh, I just broke the scale on my knife too. Alrighty, one of those days. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go get my other knife. And y'all know I'm not a huge fan of Bitoni my knife. Said that in multiple videos before, unless it's an absolute emergency. But I like doing it so y'all can see what the process is, what needs to be done, and I want to test every knife that I carry to know that it's capable of doing those sorts of things. Now the blade itself is fine. That knife will continue to work great, but I did break the back of the scale, the back of the handle on that, so we're going to switch over to my normal, my Topps bob here. If I can get it off with the big old glove on. Nope. And get back to work. This is why a spare blade is always a good idea. Now, granted, I'm not real far from the house right now. I'm sorry about the wind, guys. If it's messing with the audio, I don't know if it is or not, but like I was saying, I like to know that every knife I carry is capable of it. Like I said, that knife would still work great. It still will. Just there's a chip on the back of the handle now. Alright y'all, so what I'm going to do is I saved all the bark off of those pieces. I'm just going to come in here, get them to break. I have to get my knife back out here. So it's the only thing about this chest rig I don't like is makes me a left-handed draw. On. I'm going to split these down and use them as my base because we had, like I was saying earlier, we had rain, pretty much a day and a half, 2 full days worth of rain last couple days, so the ground's still wet. I'm going to take all this bark and put it down as a good base to get me up off the wet ground. Alright, so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just laying this bark down, just get me up off the ground. So I'm not working on the wet ground with my fire, sucking all the heat out of it, so that should be pretty good. It's 2 levels right in the middle. We're going to do a teepee style fire today, so we should be good anyways. Alright y'all, so I'm just going to start building my teepee. Got a couple of feather sticks I'm going to put right here in the middle. Make sure I leave myself a space to put whatever I choose to ignite and slide it in, so that should be pretty good like that. Go ahead and put one more in there. I've still got a decent sized amount over here in case I need them. Starting with our small stuff here, let's grab a couple that we can use to kind of brace everything up. Run it between the bark here. Stick it in the ground. There we go. And I'm just working my way out. I started with my small stuff, my curls, and then my small stuff, and then bigger as I go out. That's all I'm doing, y'all. All right, y'all, so I got my spruce tree here. We come along, make sure we don't have any spider webs or anything like that on them, and just break off the ends here, just like that. So I'm gonna collect a whole bunch of those, and we'll be ready. All right, y'all, I don't know if you noticed from my initial walk-in, I was out looking for a piece of wood to use. I've strapped a water bottle carrier onto the back of my chest rig, just because I wanted to. I'm actually starting to enjoy it, especially with it getting colder, using this chest rig on the outside of everything, so I'm not digging through layers of clothes to get to anything. I just got one of my little, I think this is, who's this one by? I can't even read who it's by anymore. It's just a little titanium pot cup. Get our water in here and we'll let it steep after it gets going. Got that one on tight. Got our water. Lid. Set this off to the side where we can't knock it over. Get our fire started. Right before we start our fire, we'll hang that up. Sorry for the airplane, guys. Super fine curls off this poplar that we're using already. Now, when I like curls, I like to switch to something a bit more aggressive as far as throwing my spark. So I have the saw and my multi-tool out here. Got one glowing. Oh, there we go. It'll stay lit. Because you're going to be definitely hogging some of your material off your rod. Get these going. I just set that on a leaf so it's not sitting on the wet ground. There we go. The really nice thing about a TP1, the whole fire's built for you, and you can put wet stuff on the outside once you get it going like this. The other really nice thing is you get really good heat really quickly if you're trying to heat something up or boil water quickly. So we'll get this going for a few minutes, check our tea, and we'll be hopefully done. Drink some nice spruce tea. Some of these small pieces that broke off, we'll put there in the middle as well. Just get my mat back so I don't burn a hole in it. We have a bit of a wind. I'm going to see if I can lower this down a little bit more. That should do it for us. So we're going to get our spruce in there and let it steep for about 10 minutes. Then it'll be ready to drink. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my spruce tea, head back to the house. Remember, there's always a storm coming. Keep your powder dry, your action knife sharp, and eye on your back trail. We'll see y'all next time.